Guys, how are you? I hope you're doing well. My name is Matthew Shem, and welcome to this video. I'm going to show you guys how to install MySQL command line and Workbench into your system so that you can be able to run SQL codes. So let's start. You can use any web browser. Just go to your web browser and then open a new tab. Then once you open a new tab, go to mysql.com. That is the MySQL site. So here at mysql.com, you have to navigate and go to downloads. Let's allow it to load. So this mysql.com site, come here under downloads. And once you are here at the downloads, you scroll down and come under MySQL community GPL downloads. So you just click. Once you've clicked there, this window is going to appear MySQL community downloads. You come here and click on MySQL installer for Windows. So once you click MySQL installer for Windows, you will come here. This is the latest version. You don't have to change anything here. And you can come and install the MySQL MSI installer, the second one. Okay. So you download the second one. Then here you don't have to log in. You can skip the login and sign up step. You just click on no thanks, just start my downloads, and your download should then start. So your download has started. You can see it here. So let's give it time to download. So you keep waiting until it downloads. After downloading, you just come here. You'll be able to see it, and you can show in the folder where it is stored, or you can just click open to open it. So I'm going to click open. After clicking open, I'm going to minimize this because I don't need it now. So once it opens, you're going to see it preparing to install. So just give it enough time. It's going to finish installing. So let's wait. It's preparing to install. Then I'm going to take you into the installation process, which happens to be the most important when it comes to installing SQL. So you don't need to leave. Just keep watching so that you can get the steps of installing both the MySQL command line and a MySQL Workbench for data analysis. So you can see it will be counting the time that has remained for it finished installing. So you just give it enough time so that it can finish processing what is installing. And this window is going to appear. It is going to validate the internet connection. So you must be connected to the internet so that the product and the packages can load well. So you give it time to load while connected to the internet, and then this window is going to appear. In this window, you're going to have four options here. You click on custom so that you can give it instruction on what you need. So custom, you just go to next. Then you come here, you're going to get MySQL servers application documentation. You click on the plus button, then you come to MySQL server, again click on the plus button. You're going to see MySQL server 8.0. You click again on the plus button, and this is what we want, times 64. You push it over here. The other thing, you're going to come here under applications. You click on the plus button. You will see MySQL Workbench. Click on the plus button under MySQL Workbench 8.0. Click on the and then MySQL Workbench 8.0. Click on the plus button. Then select this one and push it on the right hand side. The last thing here is going to come under MySQL Shell. You click on the plus button. Click on the plus button again. Take MySQL Shell times 64. Push it here, and then here you're going to have three products: MySQL Server, MySQL Workbench, and MySQL Shell. You go to next. After coming to next, you must execute. You click on execute. It's going to execute the three products. So you just click on execute, and you give it time to execute all the three products that are to be installed into your system. So let us give it product to execute our installation of MySQL Server, MySQL Workbench, and MySQL Shell. So in that process of installing, it's going to bring here a requirement is needed. You just click on Microsoft Visual C++ 2015 is needed. Just agree and then say install. So you just allow it to install because this is a requirement. Let me move this window beside. I'm going to show you. After allowing installation for Microsoft Visual C++, you just close, and that the requirement is going to be certified. So installation done. This one, the installation failed. I don't know the reason, but I want to make sure I have sorted it out because installation failed, and this is the reason here because of the same thing. It needs Microsoft Visual C++. So once the pop-up window comes, just make sure you install it. So after that, you just go to the next step. You click next. After clicking next, you come here. You allow them now to install. This is the installation step where you're going to allow MySQL Server, MySQL Workbench, and MySQL Shell to install. Okay, so you just allow them to install. Just give it time. Here we are at the first one, so all of them should be, the progress should be 100, and that the status should be completed installation. So you just give them time. So you just keep waiting until everything is the status is complete. Once it's complete, click on next. The moment you click on next here, you just click on next again. Then here, everything, just leave everything the way they are. Port 3306, just leave everything the way they are. Click on next. Then here, just go with the first one. Use a strong password. This is the recommended. Click on next. And here you're supposed to set a password that you'll be using with your SQL. You can put any password. Let me put mine. You can put any password. Put a password that you can easily remember. So I just put a password. Then after putting a password that you can easily remember, click on next. Then here, just leave everything the way it is. Click on next. Here, yes, grant full access. Just click on next. Then here again, make sure that everything is executed. Click on execute, and it is going to execute everything in the list one by one. So you just give it time to execute everything. So after everything is executed, just click on finish. And here, I just click on finish. So finish, you will click on next, then you will see this window appearing. You just click on finish. So once you click on finish, you will see this window. It is going to appear. The command prompt is going to appear here. So I want you to do this. Just open your file manager, like this one, the file explorer. To opening the file explorer, you can come here and search. Let me search. Okay, there's no need of searching. What you do, just go to this PC. Under this PC, I want you to go to local disk C. Under local, go to program files. Under program files, I want you to go to, let it load. Under program files, I want you to go to MySQL. You will see it here. Under MySQL, I want you to go to MySQL Server 8.0. You will see it here. Under MySQL 8.0, I want you to open the bin. You'll see it here, the first one. After clicking on bin, I want you to copy this part. So you just click here. After clicking, you can right click and copy, or you can say Control+C to copy. Then you come here, you search environment variables, okay? You just write environment variables in your search command. After searching environment variables, it's going to open. We want to set up our MySQL. So allow environment variables to open. Can minimize this. So it's going to be here. You will see it. You click on environment variables. Here, the window that appears at the bottom, leave this one. Come here, the system variables. Under the system variables, come to path. After clicking on path, you click on new. Okay, you can do this. This one will be easier. Path, you double click. Then here you click on new. And you paste what you copied, okay? You just click Control V. After pasting, just say okay. Here also okay. Here also click okay. After clicking okay, I want you to go to your command prompt, okay? To your CMD, just come on the search, type CMD, enter. After typing CMD, it's going to open the command prompt. So you come here under the command prompt, and we want to check if MySQL is now existing in the system. You can just type MySQL -- version, enter, and it will show you the version of MySQL, meaning now it's now in our system. And to see your databases, to start MySQL, you start with MySQL u root p. So here it's going to request for the password that you had set. Just put the password that you had set, and MySQL is going to open. So this is now what we call MySQL command line. And now by default, you're going to see this window. MySQL Workbench is going to open, and this is what we call MySQL Workbench. So here, if you want to start your coding, your data analysis with MySQL, you just type here. After clicking there, it's going to open your SQL window. It's going to request for the password. Use the password that you set earlier. Then just type OK. Allow it to load. It is going to load. After loading, you will see MySQL Workbench, and here you can start typing your codes. Okay, so this is the process of installing MySQL, and this is what we are going to use in our course for MySQL at StartQuest Journey Hub. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it helps.